Greetings, the Golden Moments podcast. My name is Justin, your host, and today I'm so excited. I'm hosting my mentor, someone I look up to, someone who's worked with me, actually advised me here and there. And without much ado, welcome my guest to our podcast.
Okay, my name is Davis Tindi Farah, and by the grace of God, I'm born again.
All right.
I serve as a music trainer, facilitator, sometimes education, also do a lot of consultative services whenever required to. So generally, choral music, not just another genre of music, but choral music. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
How was your childhood like?
Okay, my childhood life in terms of the choral
No,
aspect
like
of
just growing up.
Just growing up.
The
Okay.
little Farah.
That's interesting.
Yes.
My childhood life was somehow there, I can say, because I grew in a family setup where I was raised with two parents.
Yes.
But these two parents, to some extent, they are not able to give me the right care because of financial challenges here and there. So I remember when you are children, actually at our place, I'm the firstborn.
Okay.
So as the firstborn, you see your life growing, and then your siblings also coming.
Yes.
The kind of challenges the parents go through to reach a point where now our uncles from our mom's side had to step in so that we can be able to go to school, have something to wear, something to eat, and also a shelter above us. So generally, I could say my childhood life has been with a lot of challenges. And probably those are the things that made me even closer to God and remain humble in life. Because one thing I came to realize, the challenges taught me a lot of lessons. And when I grew up to a level where I could be in my senses and had a source of income, I decided to put up a house for my parents.
Nice.
Because we were not able to do it
at
when I was still young.
Mm-hmm.
So my childhood life, that's the brief history I could say about my childhood life.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
And how is your relationship with your parents? Are they still alive?
Yes, both of my parents are still alive.
Yes.
And I thank God because I've been able to do something small, in a way, in their lives. And also, I really appreciate their even praying for me and even wishing me well all the time. And whenever I get an opportunity, I go home, I ensure that I go to see them and say hi to them.
Nice. So, can you take us back to the beginning? What sparked your journey into choral music?
All right. My choral music journey started there 2002 when I was still in high school, actually Form 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that is when I joined the choir.
Yes.
To speak of, just as a chorister.
Yes.
And then during that time, we were about four young men.
Yes.
Who were not really up to singing. Actually, we joined the choir because of some functions that were coming up. So the choir master, I remember, for that choir,
Yes.
came to us. We're just sitting in a room after the service. Yes. And then was like, kindly join our choir because we have less men, and then you have a function. Actually, it was a bishop coming for a confirmation service.
Yes.
Then before that, the vicar's warden of that church was getting married in a wedding. So we were supposed to sing the wedding. Then after 1 week, we also prepare for this confirmation service. Mm-hmm. So our main focus actually was not the singing, but what a package comes after the singing. Yes. The choir are placed in a very special place.
Yes.
You're served very well. So that attention in a crowd actually is the one that got the spark of us joining the choir.
Yes.
So In the long run, as we joined and continue a bit, we realized that God was actually calling me and even my fellow guys who we joined that time.
Yes.
So it was now the year 2004, when now, actually 2003, when the choir masters who we actually had two, they left. One got a job opportunity somewhere else. The other one got a transfer, went in another place, actually Malindi. The other one got a job in Nairobi. So we were left with no choir masters. And then that choir, unajua hizi choir za ushago,
Yes.
they the people you find there are the old people,
Yeah,
wazees, and they were like, now who is going to help us? Now, by the grace of God, they located me and they said, we can see you young man can assist us. So what you do, just this Sunday, actually it was on a Saturday, this Sunday you're the one who is going to conduct us in the service. And I was like, are you serious? Yes, it's you. Hey, then I gathered just that courage and said, if it is God who is calling me, let me give it a trial.
Yes.
So the year 2003, I started conducting choirs in the service without any music knowledge. It's just that the hearing skills, you learn how to listen, and then also try to see if you can conduct, not teaching, just conducting. And luckily I had another guy who used to come and go, but he had some musical knowledge a bit. So he taught me how to use a pitch pipe to pitch the song the right keys and also conduct. So that's how I started. Then that year, 2003 December, during Christmas time, I happened to visit one of my uncle who was a musician, someone who could interpret music. So I sat down with him and I told him, I have a challenge. I've been given a responsibility that I don't know where to start. And I don't know how to go about it. So I'll just request if you could assist me, just have some little knowledge on how to interpret solfa notation. I don't want too much things, just that, because that is the music we use to people who are used to be taught through. So he took me through actually a period of about 4 hours. Was just trying to explain to me the issues of solfa ladder, the solfege, how to differentiate between a do, a re, depending which level they are, either the ordinary level, the octaves, higher or lower. How do you differentiate the sounds? So until I could understand now, so this note, when you see it this way, this is how it's sung in this key. This note, this is how it's sung. So with the time now, after that session of 4 hours, I went back home with some music he gave me to go and practice, so that the next day I come, I'm able to sing.
All right.
So I went home, took my time, did some bit of reading and trying to interpret. Then when he came back the following day, he realized I was a bit better compared to how he met me the first day. So that thing actually sparked my excitement and was like, wow. So these things also, this is how they sound, this is how they are done. And then I was able now to go back to choir rehearsal with some confidence
now.
So you go there now, you're trying to tell people, now I have a song I want to teach you. And then they're like, where did this young man get this knowledge? So I started training choir, actually that period of December 2003. And then the choir, when they saw my potential, they now decided the following year, 2004, they are now participating in a music festival. 2003, they could not, because the choir masters had left. So, and then I told them, okay, now the music has come is in staff notation. I don't know this staff notation. How do we go about it? Then the chairman then of that choir told me, okay, we'll look for a guy who will assist you for the time being as you learn from him. So another guy was introduced to me. I don't know if, if it's okay to mention the names.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So the first guy who introduced me to solfa notation music
Yes.
goes by the name Donald Tinga.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy from Mombasa Coast, actually Kilifi County.
Yes.
Then I met this other guy by the name Julius Ngome.
Mm-hmm.
Now that guy, now when he came in 2004 to assist me prepare the choir for the festival. So the set piece was a bit technical, according to me that time. So he taught me how to do transcription from staff notation to solfa notation. That's the first thing he did.
Yes.
And then secondly, he taught me how to harmonize simple melodies, because by then I could get some inspiration of tunes without words, just tunes, but you don't know what are you going to do with this tune. So I didn't realize that God was actually preparing me for the ministry of also writing songs.
Yes, yes.
See? Yeah. So that guy now, when he saw I could write some melodies in solfa notation, but with no correct values of notes, because by that I had not really mastered the values very well.
Yes.
So he guided me through how to write the melodies with the right values, how to harmonize the melodies. And then he sparked that ability of writing in me, actually in a very big way. So that year we prepared the choir. He assisted me prepare the choir. I took the choir on stage. He did not go on stage to perform, but he was just in the audience, actually like a supervisor.
Okay.
So that year I was able to take the choir to the festival through the help of Julius Ngome. Then the following year, 2005, now I decided I'll do it alone. I don't want help. So the set pieces came, actually staff notation. I was able to do transcription myself.
Yes.
I was able to teach. So I grew from there. Now the confidence came in now. So I thank God, because it was in 2004, that is when I got saved.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was in high school, Form 4. So actually that God really helped me a lot in growing in the ministry. The first song I wrote for a festival was 2009.
2009.
4 years after. So all along I was just learning, trying here and there, because actually, to be sincere, music writing is experimental. Though with the knowledge, you are able to experiment some of the aspects in the theory to the real singing now, or the real writing. So you're able to experiment and realize, oh, so this progression probably of chords has this effect. So if I use it in a certain text setting, this is the effect I'm expecting. You see? So all along I was just experimenting. I remember one day I wrote a song for a funeral. One of our choir members had passed. So I just decided to write a song, just comforting people, and also remembering that guy as served in the choir. So when we sang it during the funeral service, one of the lay readers stood up and said, "Hey, choir, you have sung a very beautiful song, but the tune sounds more of a wedding song than a funeral song."
Actually, I was to ask you,
yes,
how do you come up with tunes? Because each tune speaks to a certain occasion.
Yes. Now tunes are generated with different angles. I'll speak about two of them. One is usually an inspiration. An environment can inspire you a tune. If you're in a quiet environment, probably you could compose a cool music. If you are in a busy environment, you'll compose a song that just looks busy, the way it's performed. Everyone is juggling here and there, probably the voice layering. So environment can inspire you. Probably even an event can inspire you. Events in life, that is. Sometimes you go through challenges in life, and then you're like, hey, I think I need to write a song. Like I remember there's a particular song that I remember. Others I did, but that one I remembered because I wrote that song because I was heartbroken.
Which heartbreak are you talking about?
The normal heartbreak, the youth go through.
Yes.
Because I remember I had dated a lady for like 7 years.
Yes.
I reached a point I knew this now is done. I'm going to settle, and we had even started the process of ensuring that we settle, meeting the parents, introduction, and then all of a sudden this lady just leaves, and then he leaves after 2 3 months. She's wedding, so that thing really hurt me. So I was reflecting.
That means you are like a caretaker.
Yes.
So
So
was he new in a relationship, or
yeah,
just
but
seeing someone else?
seeing someone else. So that thing broke my heart, and then I realized I just need to focus on God, because these are the things around distracting me. So in the process of reflecting, this song came, and we have sung it even in the cathedrals several times.
Okay.
Bila wewe Yesu mimi siwezi. That song was inspired through that event. So actually that's one angle. Events of life also can inspire you. Another thing that can inspire a melody is the text. And text here, I'm referring to biblical text. It can also inspire you to write a song. Now, when it comes to text can be either from biblical, can even be, someone can even task you to write a song on concerning a certain organization or an institution. So they give you the mission, vision you need to write.
Yeah.
So the text, the wording can also inspire you write a tune. Now, when you have a very sad text, the music mostly, the tunes are also sad.
Yeah, sure.
We have these scales in music, diatonic scales, of the major and the minor scales. Now, the major scale usually are associated mostly with bright messages, bright songs, because they sound nice. But the minor ones are sounding dull and a bit lamenting. So when you have a sad message, the tunes mostly you get are those tunes that are a bit in the minor scale. Like I remember there's one I wrote for Christmas, but in a sad way. Remember the story of when Jesus Christ was born,
Yes.
and then Herod decided to kill the male child.
Yes.
Then Jesus flew to Egypt.
Yes.
So during that time, there's a woman named in the Bible by the name, if I can remember, but she was from Ramah.
Oh, this one who
lamented about her children. So there's a song I wrote, but in actually a sad tune. See, so such events, they also inspire you. A text inspire you to write melodies.
The woman actually is Rael.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Quite interesting. So, were there any defining moments in your personal growth that shaped who you are today? You've talked about growing up in kind of a difficult environment.
Yes.
Really played a role in your life. But are there some defining moments in your journey of life that have really shaped the person that you are today?
Yeah, I think there are quite a number, and most of those moments were brought about by interacting with relatives. See, there's some relatives who look at you, and then they say you're coming from a low background, so there's nothing you can do much. Like I remember when I finished my primary school.
Yes.
Actually, I was supposed to go for a secondary school that I got a letter. But again, because we didn't have the ability to pay, it was our uncles who were doing that. I was taken to a nearby high school. So I learned. And then during that time, one of my relatives, I'll not mention the name, she just told me, this school you are going, there's nowhere you are going. Actually, just go, get your certificate, but there's nowhere you're going. Because it was associated with bad performance.
Okay.
So, by the grace of God, I went there and said, I'll not take those words. I just want to God to help me so that I disapprove that person.
Yes.
And I really thank God, because actually I disapproved that person in a big way. The final grade I got really shocked them. And then they were like, now what are you going to do with this grade? I said, I'm going to do engineering. And they're like, what kind of engineering? I said, either mechanical or electrical.
Mm.
So I landed doing a diploma in electrical. And I
Yes.
thank God also I went through the course period, I concluded.
Mhm.
And those things that people look down upon me really inspired me to work hard.
Mm.
They really inspired me. If I had taken them the negative way, then probably it could not have shaped me to be a hardworking person.
Yeah, true.
So it really inspired me. I said, I'll not listen to these voices. I'm just going to get focused, and I know God is going to help me come out of this kind of life, the struggles that people are seeing us going through as a family.
Mm.
So I really thank God, because through that I was able to finish my college, got a job, and bought a land for my parents,
Ah, nice.
and also put a house for them. At least now I can go home and say, this is home.
Mm.
Now that home has history.
Yes.
From being looked down upon to the other side. So really those moments, they pinched me, but they taught me to work very hard.
Your parents must be so proud of you.
Very much.
Mhm.
Very much. I really thank God for them.
Ah, nice, nice.
Yeah.
You've talked about being taken to a school that they thought you wouldn't perform well,
Yes.
but you performed well.
Yes.
So that means the school doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter.
It's all
It's your
in the
hard
mindset.
work. Yes, the mindset.
Yes.
Once you decide to shut your mind from the comments, those I call them opinions.
Mm.
People can have opinion about you,
Yes.
but
yes.
that does not define you.
Mm.
So people's opinion should never make you actually demoralized.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
You are a licensed lay reader.
Yes, I am.
So how have you evolved musically, spiritually, and personally over these years?
Now, one interesting thing, I started serving in the music ministry first. Then around 2015,
Yes.
I was enrolled actually as a lay person or a lay reader.
Yes.
And actually the journey of spiritual life in terms of serving God in these two ministry has been very interesting, because when I served as a lay minister, it actually drew me closer to God through reading the word. Because one requirement as a lay reader, you're supposed to understand the word so that you can expound the word to the people. So the only way you can understand is reading the word and allowing God to make you understand actually the word, so that you can expound to others, and also to you as a person, that word should also transform you. So it actually had assisted me grow spiritually. The things that I used not to understand in the Bible, God gave me a revelation. The things that I could not understand even in life. There's some things you go through in life, which you look at them spiritually, you realize this one is not of God,
Yes.
and this one is of God. Even some of the challenges we go through in life, some of them God allows them that we go through, and through that He makes us receive a better glory on the
Yes.
other end compared to how it started. So basically, I could say the ministries, both the laity ministry and the choral music ministry, have assisted me grow spiritually. So how do you write a message and sing to people which you're not even blessed of it?
Yeah,
Eh?
sure.
So the inspiration comes from the word of God. Then you're able to put it in a tune so that people can listen. And you see one powerful thing, the preaching of the word, spoken word, and preaching of the word through singing. The singing is more impactful than the spoken. The song hit more than the spoken word.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we have genres of music.
Yes.
What drew you specifically to this choral music and not the other genre of music?
Actually, choral music has a uniqueness in it. I'm not saying the others don't have, but
Yes.
um, you can imagine your voice tuned in a way that can be pleasant to the ear.
Yes.
An instrument has a way of tuning.
Yeah, sure.
You can just tune either It's if when it's a guitar, you want to tune it, there are those pitching instruments they use to tune. Use the pitching instrument to tune that guitar to give you the desired sound. But a voice is a very unique instrument, which is very powerful because it can also be used to speak words out. An
Sure.
instrument cannot.
Yeah, true.
You only feel the tunes,
The tune, yeah.
but there's nothing about wording. But the voice is very powerful. So actually, and also there's some things that inspired me to sing to choral music. Like I used to listen to a lot of Muungano choir,
Muungano
the
choir,
former
yeah, sure.
Muungano choir under the directorship of Boniface, the late
Yes.
Boniface Mganga.
Mganga.
Actually, I could listen to those songs, and then I was like, "Wow, this choir sings nice. I desire to be part of a choral music ministry like this one."
Yes.
So inspiration and also that uniqueness of the voice actually drove me to choral music.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
What's your best composition among the many compositions that you've been able to write? What's
Okay.
this one that really ministers to you, and when you listen to it and look at it, you're very proud?
Okay. I have quite a number. Okay, there's a composition I did. I think it was 2021, if I'm not wrong. And the composition is a Thanksgiving composition. Give thanks to the Lord. And when I was writing this music, I was actually writing for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But along the way, I also sing with the choir at the coast. When I go home, that's my home church.
Yes.
It's called Emmanuel Somali. It's under the Diocese of Mombasa.
Yes.
So they have a very good choir. So they were preparing for festivals. And then the choir director there, who is also my mentor, he mentored me in a way, especially matters of composition. He asked me to write a composition for the choir. And then luckily, the theme was also in line with the themes of Thanksgiving. So I expounded the song in a competitive way, but the message in it is very nice. Very nice. So that message, actually, I was trying to outpour my Thanksgiving gratitude to God for the far He had brought me, and also for the many blessings in my life. Yeah. So it turned to be something else, but it's something that ministers to me all the time. When I remember that song, I feel like just thanking God for everything.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought it would be unishike mkono wangu Bwana.
I think I shared a story about that. So
yes, because actually, and looking at you, the journey that you've walked, what God has been able to do in your life.
Yes.
And actually, I think now that's what led now to writing this at Thanksgiving song,
Yes.
looking back.
Yes,
from
looking back the journey.
come.
Yeah.
All right.
So actually that one is like a prayer.
Yeah.
Below
Without
yes,
you,
without you, I can't. It's
can't
just
do
a prayer. But this one was a Thanksgiving song.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. So what keeps your passion for choral music alive?
Actually, what keeps me the passion alive is that thing that all the time tells me you need to write something. You see, you need to go and serve God in the choir ministry. See, there's that push.
Yes.
Actually, with me, if I just stay away from choral music for even a day or two, I feel like there's something missing in me, right? Because I feel like there's something God has put in me that I need to utilize it the maximum. Remember the story of the gifts.
Yes.
One was given 5, another one was given 3,
Yes.
another one 1.
Yeah.
That thing actually inspires me, and all the time when I remember that that parable, I always say I'll make sure this gift God has given me, I maximize on it, use it to the full capacity, so that time when I go before God now, he's asking me, I gave you this, what did you do with it? You can even count, say, I did this even this song blessed this congregation. This was saved because of this song. This life was transformed because of this. This one was encouraged. So that thing that is in me keeps on pushing me and telling me you need to do something all the time.
All right.
That's why I even write songs even at my workplace sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You just seated in the office doing something and then an inspiration come.
What about when you are just talking?
They also do.
Yeah,
They also do.
Yes.
You just get an inspiration. And then nowadays technology helps us keep records, because some of these tunes if you for just slightly a given time you forget.
Mm-hmm.
So you either do voice recording,
Yes, yes.
or if you have a pen and paper,
Mm-hmm.
you scribble something on the way, so that when you settle now, you work on it, building it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are there particular composers or pieces or traditions that deeply resonate with you?
Yeah, quite a number. I've done music and the University of South Africa, UNISA.
Yes, yes.
Shuja Daniel Madalanga is the principal of the Nairobi Center.
Yes.
So he has really assisted me do quite a lot in building my theory knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was doing the theory, I learned about how music evolved, and there's some certain periods within the music evolution that really inspires me most times. Like the Baroque music, I like writing songs almost similar style with the Baroque, especially when it comes to English pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The Kiswahili one, they are the local composers we have, and also some of them are actually senior composers in the country. That also inspires me. Compositions from people like Shuja Sylvester Otieno.
Mm-hmm.
You just listen to this guy, how he does his things.
Yeah.
You're inspired.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Composers, others like Richard Kadambi.
Mm-hmm.
The composition inspires. People like Chris Wekulo.
Yes, yes.
The composition inspires. There's this other guy from the Catholic Church, Father Dominic.
Yes, yes, I've heard.
Yeah, those are local, some of the local composers that actually inspires. But the Baroque music composers that I resonate mostly with is George Francis Handel.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, George Frederick Handel.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, his music actually inspires me all the time because I took time to study his music in different oratorios.
Mm-hmm.
I take this oratorio like Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
You study from the first song how he writes his solos, how he does his choral,
Yes.
how he does his accompaniment writing, and also I've studied a bit some songs from also the classical period, which the composers are like Joseph Haydn.
Mm-hmm.
I've studied some of his work. Mozart, studied some of his work. So you keep on learning a lot from that music.
So as a music trainer, as a music director, of course, you have to prepare yourself
Yes.
before leading a performance.
Yes.
So how do you prepare yourself mentally and spiritually before you get to lead or participate in a performance?
First of all, I take performance as platform, as the pulpit. So one thing I prepare myself is first pray to God that He uses me for that purpose of performance. And during that performance, people should not look at it as an entertaining element, but be impactful to them. So you go there with a mentality of you want to preach.
Yes.
All right. Not that you're going to perform so that people can see you. So in that way, it makes you remain humble, even if you're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of us choral trainers and musicians have taken advantage of those platforms, and in a way, we have not been a blessing to those who listen to us. So when you go for such a performance, you need to prepare yourself, knowing that you're going to serve God mentally. So you'll not share glory with God. All glory belongs to God.
Mm-hmm.
So you go there calm, prepared to serve the best way you can.
Oh, what does it mean to you to serve God through this choral music?
It means a lot. It means a lot because if this is what God has given me, then I'll use it to serve Him. Because if it were probably things like leadership or something else, like a certain ministry of the usher or something,
Yes.
I could say I have also this I can serve God with. But that's the only identical thing I can say. This one I purpose to serve God with because this is what God has given me.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Have there been moments during rehearsals or maybe during performances that you've been able to feel the presence of God?
Actually, yeah. There was a time I remember, not even during rehearsals, most times I feel that presence of God, especially when the song is moving, right? There's some songs we do probably for worship, okay? There are songs you do for praise, there are songs you do for worship. So some of the songs that actually are for worship or meditation, they actually draw, you feel God's presence in them. When you listen to the harmonic movements, when you listen to also the message in it, the tune and the text are marrying. We call what you call them in composition tuneful melodies, tuneful, that they are aligned with the text
Okay.
in such a way that when you just hear the melody, you always refer to certain text, right? So those moments have actually I've all felt the presence of God. I remember there was also a time we were doing a performance in a concert
Yes.
with the Renewal Canto Chorus at St. Andrew's
PCA.
PCA.
Yes.
And in two occasions, actually two different concerts, I could shed my tears uncontrollable. You cannot control them because you feel that presence.
Yes,
You
yes.
feel like I just need to repent now. I just need to
pray.
You
Yes.
see,
Yeah.
2 times I've had that experience, and it's a very wonderful experience.
Nice.
Very wonderful.
Being a composer and a writer of music, in what ways has your ministry through music, has your ministry in music impacted others?
Okay. First of all, the impactful way my writing has inspired people. Probably I could say, one, my writing has inspired people, even generated or gave birth to new composers.
Yes.
Some of my friends I know, mostly in Mombasa, there's one particular who I actually lifted him from down
Yes.
to a certain level that he can be proud of himself. And it's through my works I write, I actually share with him the knowledge, and also he listens to that music and say, hey, how did you do this?
Yes.
How did you come up with this? So you get that person to a level that he can also do the same thing.
Yes.
Currently, there's another young man who I'm trying to mentor. So the first time he heard my song was like, hey, this song is great. How can I write like you? So my writing actually has inspired people. Even the messages, some of the messages that are in the songs have inspired so many people to go also write similar songs or almost similar messages, but with different approaches. Because most of us writers don't do things the same way. There's that way that defines me. It's like the late Canon Blaster Oko.
Yes.
You listen to his music, even if you're told this song belongs to Blast, you just know.
Yeah,
because
sure.
There's a way that was defining him.
Yeah, true.
But the works we do actually inspire a lot and impact a lot in people's life and also the ministry life.
All right. You are the first director ever to have composed a song for the Nairobi Diocese Youth Ministry. Enyi Vijana.
Yes,
How
yes,
was
yes.
it like to you?
Actually, that song, if I can recall, that text that was given, I think you're the chairman that time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the text that you shared with me really inspired me because I was like, hey, this song actually, when you read the text, does not have vijana.
Yes.
It's all about transformation of the mind,
your soul, your
not
body,
going with the patterns of the world.
yes, yes.
And then God led me to speak
Not
to the youth.
conforming to the patterns of the world.
Patterns
Yes,
of
yes.
the world. So God led me to speak to the youth, because when you look at that message, enyi vijana,
Itoeni miili yenu.
itoeni miili yenu,
Yes, yes.
iwe dhabihu hai takatifu. Unaona?
Yes.
So I actually felt the burden of speaking to the youth through the song. So and then the inspiration of the melodic inspiration just gave me a platform to express. See, there's some melodies, you do them in a speedy tempo. There's too much of overworking, right? In a way that even if you need to pass a message, it won't go easily to people. People have to be very keen listening.
Yes.
But the choice of the speed, the choice of the rhythm, actually gave me like an opportunity to express the message out.
Yes.
Because enyi vijana, if you stop there, enyi vijana, someone will be expecting
something.
What are you trying to tell us?
About this vijana?
What about this vijana?
Yes, yes.
Then you speak to them. Just offer yourself as living sacrifice before God, and don't conform to the patterns of this world. Because I came to realize most of the youth, they indulge in issues that are basically world patterns.
Yeah, sure.
Things that people do,
yeah, true.
But not what Christians, youth are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So it was in a way God had given me an opportunity to talk to the youth that they should not conform to the patterns of this world, but they just remain transformed as youthful Christians. All right? As Christians who are youth, not to go as the other youth in the world they do. Some of them indulge in drug abuse, these things of relationship that are not pleasant before God. Things like involving yourself in activities that actually don't glorify God.
Nice. Yeah. I love actually the last verse where there's the descant.
Yes.
Mujihadhari na mambo ya dunia
hii. Yes.
What was going in your mind? Because that part is crazy.
Okay. The issues actually, I just like what I've said.
Yeah.
I felt the burden of speaking to the youth.
Yes, yes.
Because some of this youth you find around, they actually mingle with people who change their behavior.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Behavior. And then you see, at the youthful age, that is where someone's behavior is being shaped.
Yes.
So if you lose direction there, you're gone. Coming back now requires the grace of God again to restore you back. But I was just trying to tell the youth, they be careful who they mingle with, the kind of behavior they learn from these people, so that they don't conform to things that are not godly.
Yes,
see?
Yes.
So tahadhari, nikawapatia tahadhari, musiende hiyo njia. Be very careful.
And it had to be that harsh.
Yes. And then you see the descant brings the magnitude, or what you call the seriousness of the issue.
The warning.
Yes, the warning, yes. The warning.
Yeah.
So give it a discount so that there's a voice that speaks with some firmness in pitch, in volume. And then these others are just doing the melody, supporting.
Yeah, because actually the tenor, bass, and
the alto are doing the melody. Yes.
And then you are hearing there's a voice.
Yes, sharp voice up there.
Warning you.
Yeah, warning you. It was a warning.
Yes.
Just like you go to these electrical poles and then you find a danger sign. So that color alone tells you this is very dangerous.
I think that's one of the favorite, my favorite compositions that you've actually composed.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of the text and just the message actually. Yeah. You are a family man.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I'm married to one wife by the name Margaret. Yes. Daktari, and she's also a medical personnel, actually a clinician.
Nice.
So we are blessed with 3 daughters. One is 9-year-old. The second one is actually turning 5. And then the other one is 1 year and some few months. might not be very good in the age, but around there. So the family life has also been good, though doesn't lack challenges. But God has also given us the grace to endure and to continue holding together.
Great.
Yeah.
Has your wife supported you in your musical journey?
At the beginning, she was not supporting because actually, with her, issues of choral music is not a cup of tea for her. She prefers going to church, praying. She's a very prayerful woman. And also, she's also good in the preaching of the word. That is the spoken word preaching.
Yes, yes.
But issues of choir, there was a time we had a few small misunderstanding because I always go for rehearsals and I have to be there to train people too.
Yeah, sure.
And I remember sometimes back when I used to be in Mombasa Diocese, in our choir, we used to do overnight rehearsals, especially Fridays,
Yes.
because we could not get time in between the week. So I reached a point she was complaining, you are living here the whole night, you're not here. And so we sat down and agreed. We said, now, since I'm in this ministry, I cannot quit. So if I'm committed in issues of choral music, I just want you to respect that and let's just have peace, because we'll continue fighting up to when. So actually, it reached a point now she just supported me. So currently, she's really supporting me because she understood me and she understood the things that I do.
All right. That's good.
Yes.
You are a busy man. So
Yes.
when do you get time to rest?
Well, that thing of resting, I've really tried to get rest, but I find myself always busy. But what I can say, the only time I rest is in the evening when I go home. That is when I can get time, sit, relax, probably even watch TV or attend to my family if there are issues that need to be discussed, issues that need to be addressed. That's the time I get time to rest. But in the morning, I leave, go to work. After work in the evening, I have a rehearsal. So going to work, rehearsals, you always go home late.
Yeah, sure.
8:30, sometimes 9, depending on the kind of intensity of rehearsals that you have or where the rehearsals are. Because I've not fixed myself in training churches only. Also train institutions and these other groups that require my services.
All right.
Yeah.
So inamaanisha ya kwamba wewe ufika kwa nyumba kama watoto washalala.
Most times. But sometimes they don't sleep early, especially the firstborn. You go home, you just find her there. Probably she's winding up on her homework.
Yes, yes.
Or she just decided not to sleep early. Probably wait for me, she has something to tell me, then she go to sleep. Because with that tiredness, when I go to rest bed, sometimes I wake up, these kids are already gone to school. So because they leave very early, actually by 6:15 they're out of the house. So may I leave for work at around 7. So preparation, by the time they're going, I'm not ready to meet them.
So when do you get time to bond with your family?
Actually, in the evening for the few hours, and during the weekends.
Okay.
Especially Saturdays, Sundays, go to church together. So at least that has kept me, given me time to bond with my parents, my family.
Your
sorry.
family.
Yeah.
So how do you manage the demands of your calling now into this ministry of
Yes.
music while maintaining a healthy family life?
All right, the demands quite a big challenge, especially when you are a family man. But you need to find a balance. So what I usually do, sometimes when I get out of work, and probably it's a day that I don't have a rehearsal, Probably it could be 1 or 2. So that day I tell my family, don't cook today. I'll take you out.
Ah, nice.
So we go for dinner somewhere close where we can get a good facility. We take our dinner together and then come back home and sleep. So that act of just taking them out is even making the kids very excited. They're like, oh, today we are going out. You see? So, and then they go eat things that they normally don't eat probably at home.
Yeah.
Things like pizzas,
Yes, yeah.
chips kuku au kuku anawekwangwa vitu zingine huko. So you just need to find balance. You need to find, because if you don't find balance, then it becomes a very chaotic life. You might go out for rehearsals or serving God, become very happy, but when you come home, people are sad. So you need to find that balance. So God has given me that grace to be able to balance. Yeah.
Director, are there any family traditions or practices that help you stay grounded
in the ministry?
Yes.
Okay, family, I don't think so, because okay, probably I can trace to a few family members who I have seen as musicians, but they don't do choral music. They are musicians who do instrument music. Like I have my younger brother who is doing piano classes now. He is so good in piano, in playing the keyboard. So one day I challenged him. I told him, don't go this direction. I want you to be someone who can read music and play, not just listening to how people sing and then play.
Yes.
So one thing I can say, I've never been told, even with my parents, that so and so was like this in this age. So I can say probably something God is planting in our family. I could probably be the first one who is bringing this new thing in the family line.
Yes.
So I just need to make sure that I build a good foundation so that those who will come later can be referred to. So and so used to do this thing, and I'm seeing it in you. But in the past, I've never had. The only people I've been serving the choir ministries are my aunts, the side of my mom. But in my dad's side, no.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
And how do you navigate the balance between your professional, creative, and spiritual responsibility?
Yeah, now the navigation side of balancing the three parts is, I can say God's grace is sufficient, because you realize that when I go to work, I do things related to work.
Yes.
Unless now God decided to speak to me by giving an inspiration, I set aside time to do the choral writing. But most times you realize work is defined, because you work from this time to this time.
Yes.
And if you are called upon to do a certain task, you need to finish, because your boss is also waiting for you.
Yeah, sure.
Probably it's a report or some work that he wants to use it for the business. Then once you're out of work, you make decision. What are you going to do? So you are like, at this time I have to go for the ministry work. Once you are out of that, now that's the second part, you are done. Now the third part is the family part. At this time I need. So it's all about planning yourself.
All right. So what advice would you give to someone trying to pursue their passion while managing work and family?
First of all, they need to be disciplined. If and in discipline I mean, you need to be able to plan, have a plan and follow it, right?
Yes.
You need to have a plan and follow it, because once you decide to change a certain part of the plan to be the other part, then you lack discipline and you'll not achieve anything. So if you are juggling between the ministry and the work, then you make sure when you go to work, you do what work demands. When you go to the ministry, you do what the ministry demands, right? So it just requires discipline. Another thing is, advice I could give them is, you need to also be able to seek for mentors. so that they can assist you, give you direction.
Yes.
Because one thing that has also kept me going and be able to do a lot of these things are mentors. And I have quite a number. Some who they actually are in direct contact, so they're able to say something to me, don't go this direction, don't do this, do this, don't do this. And there are those that you just admire what they do and you follow their footsteps. So also having a mentor assists a lot in finding balance, because some of the mentors, they tell me, when you go to work, make sure you pay attention to what the work demands. And when now they want you to do the other part because they're part of it,
Yes, yes.
they actually call you and say, this is what you're going to do. Some of them even give me a task to do,
Yes.
and they're not there. But they expect once you're through, they
Yes.
get the results. See, so they also, you need to have these people to work with you in life. And then finally, above all, you need to fear God and love God, because God is the one who helps us in all these things. Without God, you cannot do anything. Without God, cannot do anything. So you need to actually rely all your requirement or all your needs from God, so that He can guide you and help you grow, hand you over to the right people so that they can assist you also grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one moment in your journey that you would call a golden moment?
Golden moment. Probably is performing before President Kibaki. I remember sometimes, was it 2005, around that time? No, 2009. I remember we were given a chance to go for these Ask shows, agricultural show of Kenya,
Yes.
the Mombasa branch. And then the PPMC guys that time, they came to us and they told us, I want you to write a song about agriculture. But that song should also have some element of um, of sacred music in it. So I remember the guy who used to train choir together told me, just go think about something and write. And he's also a composer, but he told me, just go think about something and write.
Right.
So I went down and sat down and tried to think about agriculture and the impact of agriculture and the economy of Kenya. So I came up with a song. I did it. Then at the end of it, we mixed it with a folk song. That was the song was in Kiswahili, but the end part we mixed with a folk song that was sacred folk song in Rabai language.
Okay.
So we went to perform before Kibaki. And do you know, by the grace of God, we were the only choir that performed before him.
Oh.
There was no choir that performed because others were performing before the president came. So singing before the president is not something you can take it lightly, because very few people get that opportunity.
Yes.
So I count that experience as a golden moment for me as a writer. And probably the other one that I can say is the moment I go to church to serve God. I also take that as a golden moment. Very few people get that opportunity.
Yeah, true.
Very few. You see, the gifts that God has given us, we need to worship God with.
Yes.
And God created us with the purpose of worshiping Him. So that opportunity you get to go before God is very golden.
Nice. Yeah. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
First thing I could say, I could tell that young me, congratulations for the far you have made it. But also don't forget to thank God for the far He has brought you. Because if it were not for God, I don't know. So also could tell that young me, keep working hard, because the future is bright, but requires your hard work. Nothing is served on a platter plate. So You need to work for these things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you want your legacy to look like?
My legacy, what I wish or always pray to God that I should live a life, a written life history that anyone can copy and be successful. Because some of the great people we have come across in life, they started well, but they ended badly. So I want to live a life that will be reflecting the goodness of God. And then at the end of it all, someone can come and, even if it's a book, someone can read and say, I'm inspired by this guy. He went through these things and still he made it through, right? So that you live your story inspiring people all the time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Your parting shot.
My parting shot is, I can say, I think we were created for a purpose, and everyone is supposed to realize the purpose they are created for, so that you live by your purpose, not by what people are saying about you, not by what you see people doing. You need to do things the way you are created for. If God created you to be a music writer, then you do it in a way that is impactful, is very impactful, so that you fulfill the purpose of that gift in you. So that is what I can say.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Really honored to have hosted you, and we hope that you'll come back again.
Yeah, I'm also grateful for the invite.
Yes, yes.
These are rare occasions where you get time to share something you have.
Yeah, sure.
Really grateful.
You're welcome. That marks the end of our today's episode, and I've been your host, Justin. Looking forward to another exciting episode. So, for you to be able to watch the next episode, please be able to share, subscribe, and like. Thank you.